Welcome back. It's another glorious Tuesday. And we're here to paint again. Because painting is fun and it's relaxing. And I don't care what anybody says. And you can do it too. How y'all doing today? If anyone's in the stream? Anyone live? Maybe? We have been working on our Uriel Ventris. Hey, Groundhog! What up, brother? We've been working on our Uriel Ventris last week. But I got a lot of people talking. And a lot of people asking, hey, do you do anything about Pokemon? And I'm like, well, you know what? Why not? So what I did is I actually went out to a local Target over here and I picked up a couple packs of what are called battle figure packs. I got 3 of them. Mimikyu Pikachu, Pancham and Riolu. I hope I'm saying that right. Riolu. And a third one, which is over here. The Gibble and Zaru. Zuraru. That's a hard one. Zoria. These are pretty cool. They're smallish. They're about the same size as a Space Marine. Different scale, obviously, model-wise. What I've done so far is on almost all of them, I cleaned all the flash lines, the mold lines off on them. And the ones that I want to work on today, the one I'm going to work on today, I have primed, well, it's this guy, the Mimikyu. Primed him gray to get rid of all the, and we're going to do repaints, and we're going to repaint all of these as a shiny. Yes, I do know what a shiny is. I am familiar with Pokemon. I'm not a Pokemon master by no means, but I am familiar with the series. It came out when I was in high school, the game, and then the animated series came out at the end of when I was in high school. I have seen most of it. Zoura. That's not how that's spelled. No way. Where'd he go? That's not how that... It should be Rua. Rua, because if you English a Japanese word, according to how they do it, you're supposed to pronounce every letter as its own. But hey, you probably know more than I do. What generation Pokemon are these? These are not original 176 or whatever, 152. This is like generation 20. But I do actually really like the Mimikyu. I think the character concept is really cool. As you know, he's a disguised Pokemon, 151, Gen 4 and 5. Yeah, but I do also have Pikachu. So, Pikachu, mother. Pikachu's pretty awesome. But I like Mimikyu. I think the concept is really cool. The shiny version is actually grayscale. So that's actually something that's neat. And what I thought, we could lean a little bit heavier into the horror side and try to make him look a little more creepy, I guess. I do like the creepy hand-drawn cheeks and smile and the scribbly eyeballs. I think they look really great. I'm thinking also stitching along where it would be sewn up. I think that would be also pretty good. Yeah, you can't go off of what they pronounce in English dub, okay? Because English dubs are terrible. often. All right? Not all of them are terrible, but a lot of English dubs are pretty bad. I am a very big anime fan, if you don't know. I've been watching anime since 1993, 94. Well, that's how they all started. The dubs that came to America, they all started as homebrews. So, and to prove that, see if I can get it. No, I can't do it. I was gonna show you my. I do have an Akira wall scroll over there, which, if you haven't seen Akira and you like anime, you need to watch Akira. Just so everybody knows, Guinness is with us today. Guinness, say hi. Guinness, hey buddy. What's up, puppy? He's there. He's hanging out, enjoying the day. Shiny luck for painting the shinies. Yeah, I don't think we need luck. We just need some patience, a little bit of creativity, and some color knowledge. Being black and white, grayscale, isn't that hard, from what I've seen. So what we're going to do is, on this one, we're going to do grayscale, and we're going to do the ear tips are still going to be black. The eye holes are going to be, I think I want to do them glowing. Actually, I think that would be kind of cool if we painted them white with a red dot in the center and then had a glow effect come off of them. I think that would look cool. The under part, the actual Pokemon part itself, that apparently if you lift up his thing and try to look, you die. Oh well. That's on the card. That's canon. We're not going to try and die today, though. All right. So we're going to get started painting today. We're going to be using a mixture of Vallejo paints and Games Workshop paints. There's not really too many of the contrast paints that we're going to be using, at least yet. And primarily what I have are 3 shades of gray, a black, so I got Abaddon black, Eshin gray, work with me today, Eshin gray, Dawnstone, and Celestial gray, which is actually one of my favorite colors, even though it's just a gray. So one of the things we could definitely knock out real quick, so we don't mess anything up at all. Well, not really messing anything up anyway. Let me see, I'm changing how I'm running the lights, so let me see if this will actually work with my palette in frame. Okay, it will work with palette in frame now. Oh, and white, I have white too. I'm using, it's called Dead White. So I have my palette now. If I turn these on, it whites everything out. So I can't use that. Although I'd love to use that, I can't. And I have stray hair on my brush. So I do have a reference of this that I pulled up on the internet, and I don't have it set up to do it right now. To display my monitor, so I can't do that, sorry. Let me pull that back up, because I actually don't have it open right now. Excuse me while I go in here and type in. M-I-M-I-K-Y-U. Shiny Mimikyu. Activate. Yeah, so he is definitely a grayscale Pokemon, or he's painted in grayscale on the shiny, and the ears and the underskirt part are definitely very black, and the tail is a dark brown. It looks like a muddy brownish black. Where'd I put it? Here it is. Excuse me, I have to fix my paintbrush. Every now and then you get a stray hair on a brush that wants to just run off and go somewhere else. You gotta cull it. Let me go back in to be able to see this. Here we go. So what's going to happen with these, I personally don't collect Pokemon or Pokemon paraphernalia. So these are going to take a trip to Third Universe, and if anyone wants to stop by there, they will be available. They're not going to be egregiously priced, probably like $5. Oh, how's the audio, Ground Dog? Is the music coming through good and audio come through the same? My voice? Gotta check with you. You're my go-to man. All right. So if anybody has or knows where I can get more of these, because I was only able to get these three packs. That was all I had available at the store that I went to, which is kind of sad, but yeah, what are you gonna do? Where am I at? Okay, there I am. So I thought would be like extra creep factor on this would be on the ears where the ears are attached. There's a mold seam line. Like you can literally see that line? That's sculpted on the model. It doesn't want to pick it up because it's so gray. But I'm putting stitching there. I think that would look really cool and add to the creepiness. The whole idea of this, I can't remember. Stream review, yes he is. Let me do this here. Duplicate that tab. Let's pull up his Pokédex entry. A ghost and fairy type. So that's cool. Ghost types are OG first generation. Fairy types weren't until second or third generation at least. Back up. Holy Pokemans. That's a lot of Pokemon in chat. I do actually want to get a Ground Dog put a Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is actually one of my more liked Pokemon. I think because it's just, he's adorable. He's absolutely adorable. There we go. Oh. And we're done. Where what came from? You don't know where they came from. All of the stickers that Proto Omega put on? Emotes? I don't know where they got those either. Those are cool. Alright, so we're going to switch to the actual grayscale now. Now how I'm going to do this, I've done this before on models that were considered armored. And it's called doing a non-metallic metal. Bezos? Oh, Jeff Bezos. The guy could literally buy out the world. So Prime offers those emotes? Twitch? Or where did you get those emotes? I'm actually curious too. Twitch Prime. And Twitch is Twitch owned by Amazon? Man, this guy really does own everything, doesn't he? Alright, so we're going to go with some Eshin Gray. This is a pretty dark gray. It's similar to the color that I'm using on the guy. Yeah, I personally don't have Twitch Prime. I use the account. I have Amazon Prime, which means I should have Twitch Prime. Alright, let me get back to this. Alright, so we're going to do natural lighting effect on this model. So what that means is we're going to designate where the light's going to hit it, which is we're going to call a light source from this angle right here. So this is going to be our brightest point in this area. So this is actually I'm gonna have to darken this whole model down actually. Go with that gray. Give me a second here. Gotta get a this brush will work. We're going to paint the whole model this color gray, which is a nicer gray. There's no blue in it. So it's kind of important. A lot of colors have tones to them. Like this gray has a slightly blue tone to it. The camera is not really doing it. This camera's got a saturation issue, I think. Let me adjust a couple settings here. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, the saturation was way off. Turn the sharpness up too. Always gotta do these adjustments. I don't know why it doesn't save my settings. So that made the model look correct, but it made my hands look crazy. I'm gonna figure that down. That's better. Now everything doesn't look too crazy. So, how many people are actually in here? I say this is probably a better source to use than painting Space Marines right now. We'll give this a go for a couple episodes. I will work on, I will come back and we will, whether or not you want me to, we will be finishing Uriel Ventress. You will be done. Because that came out super sick. I'm actually super pleased with how this looks. Can't wait. Well, you're gonna have to. No, it is official. I did get my second COVID shot. So sooner than later, going back into public will be a thing again. Most of my family has is getting it, which is a great thing. At least getting it earlier than we thought. Hope you all out there are able to get yours. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. That was the biggest thing they were pushing when I was getting my shot. Hydration. A little streaky. Definitely evens the color out. Now, if I do make any blunders and say the wrong thing about Pokemon, go ahead and correct me. That's definitely something that you should be doing. I don't know. I am not a expert anymore. If this was 1998, 1997, I'd be more of an expert. But right now, I'm definitely not. So what would your favorite Pokemon be? Oh, get it before going on the trip, but don't get it 3 days before going on your trip, 3 or 4 days. Because I tell you that when I say that it made me sick, I felt terrible after I got my second shot. I got my first shot, I felt kind of meh, like not great, but my second shot, I was in bed. I was ill. I will say that I was ill. Not fun. But now I feel fine. It was last Friday. I'm not dead yet. Are you not? Are you away from home right now, Proto? Are you out on vacation or at school? No? Oh, you'll take it after you get home. Never mind. I read that wrong. I'm sorry. Alright, so we got a good, solid, flat gray over the whole model now. This Eshin Gray is very lacking in hues, as opposed to the Mechanicus Standard Gray, which I used before, which definitely has a blue tint to it. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take Dawnstone, which is significantly lighter gray. We're going to take this and we're going to go ahead and work this into here. My sister just got the Johnson & Johnson one, and she seems fine. Hopefully these all work like they're supposed to. So what we're going to go for here is we're going to go for a gradient. We're going to try and pull this gray into the other gray. And we're going to try and get a nice gradient. In order to see the gradient, you want to have all the colors that you're using on your palette. So I have this color mixed, and then we have the original lighter color. Put the light on this side and dark on that side. So while the paint's wet, it'll actually make it easier to blend it together. You add a little bit of water to it. These are both layer paints, which are very different than the base coat paints. Layer paints go on and they're almost opaque. They layer up very well. They work really well. Okay, so like I said, the light, we want the light to be hitting here in this area. So we're gonna work like here, and this here. Might even have to go lighter than that. Now this is an experiment, so it might not come out the way we want it right away, but we'll be able to make it work. Yeah, that is the one shot, the Johnson & Johnson one. I like this. This is the free music off of Streamlabs. This is very 8-bit. This is suiting. This suits very well. Yeah, this blends really good. Come down, we're going to have it hit here, the light. Now it's going to end up coming more on this side also. The basics of where we want this light to hit. It's not only we're going to do them in grayscale, we're going to make them shadowed. So he's going to have a bunch of shadows on them, which I think that adds even more to the creep factor. And when we're done getting some of this gray on, we're going to go ahead and we're going to paint on the details and seam work. And what I mean by seam work is I'm actually going to paint on a line going all the way up his side, up along his ears, and I'm going to paint stitching using a high contrast, like a light brown. And I think that's going to look pretty cool. What do you guys think? Think that'll look good? that hard edge. And of course add his actual face on his face. Creep factor face. The promotion bot is getting some extra work done today. Let's get some more of this lighter gray. We're just going to decrease the size of the strips that we're making to show less light getting to that location. This can be used for painting anything that you want to paint to a scale as a fade, except instead of using grays, you would be using any color that you deem to be the color that you want to use. And here, where the light source is hitting, we're going to feather that down. Might even add, well, we are going to add a little bit more brightness to this, so this isn't the final highlight color yet. Oh, poop. Uh-oh. See that? Mistakes are made. Joy of painting. You can go back and fix anything you screw up. Go ahead and check the time. We're going to go a little bit longer today, I think. So you're starting a new project. I want to get people hyped. So with these layer paints, you can literally do exactly that, and you can layer them up to build up a color value. Gray has a very low color value in general, but you can definitely still build it up. Yeah, I think that looks kind of cool. Those little feeties, not to be confused with his other little feeties. Some of that a little bit more back here. And the size of these models is really cool because it actually gives you an opportunity to use large brush strokes. You have a lot more, not a lot more, but you have I would say much more freedom working with something on this scale than you would on the other scale. One of the where did he go? The one dude I'm actually kind of really excited for. Here he is. The mobster panda who wears his little suit. Hey, what's going on there? Who is that? St. Louis Blues guy. Well, at least he's a hockey fan. Well, St. Louis, you're dropping in. We're doing Pokemon today. We're painting a shiny Mimikyu. Hopefully some people take interest into this, and we'll continue doing this. And see what happens moving forward. We're doing a shiny version of the Mimikyu, which happens to be a grayscale, essentially demon. Gotta be careful. The layer paint takes longer to dry, so you don't want to paint something on and then stick your thumb in it, because you have to brace in order to get a good steady hand. And if you're bracing and you stick your finger on an area you just painted, you get feel bads. Big time feel bads. So we're just going to work this gray up underneath here. We got it coming down. The light's coming down this way. I need to lighten up the top of his head a little bit more. So this is a better... Oh, you got homework. Yeah, Sony was worried about that a lot of people would get home from school around this time and wouldn't have a lot of time, but this is also a good time that if you do get home from school, you do have a couple extra minutes. Stop in, say hi, hang out, maybe learn something. Don't hurt yourself. Yeah, watch it later on YouTube. It'll be posted on the Third Universe site, the YouTube site. You could always watch it there. And you can skip the parts you don't like. I know that's what I do. Who am I kidding? I don't watch my own videos. I'm not Morgan Freeman. I don't go out of my way to hear my own voice. If I had a voice like Morgan Freeman, I probably would. Yeah, that does look kind of cool. Alright, we're going to go down to this bottom section again. Start to maybe taper this over here a little bit more. This is definitely not going to be a one-day thing, so just so you know. I do want to complete the 6 that I have, and if I can find more that I like, we'll be doing those too. And I actually like a bunch of Pokemon. Okay. Where are we at time-wise? 5:09. We'll go a little longer. We'll go to 5:20. That's Eastern Standard Time. Out here in Connecticut. With daylight savings time. So for anyone who's not from the US, yeah, we still do daylight saving time. I don't agree with it, but whatever. It's dark at 8 o'clock again. Now, if this is something that you want to go out and do yourself, you can do this. What I would say is the steps you need to do in order to make this work properly. When you get the models, they have a tiny mold line on them. If you look on his ear, there's a tiny mold line that you can catch. I scrape those off because I'm obsessive compulsive. And they also have identification marks on them. He had his underneath him. The not Greninja, who I thought he was first, but he's not. He had his on his tail, so I had to scrape his tail down over here to get rid of all of the raised stuff on it. Working this here. Going to fix that with a little bit of black. See that I missed a spot. There we go. Now, I personally do not like the black paint I'm using has a gloss finish. I don't like that. I am gonna matte that down. We're going to take some Celestial Gray base coat color, and we're going to put a teeny tiny bit of this. This stuff is very potent, not going to lie, and it's significantly whiter. That's all I'm using here. Some on my palette to go along with the mix. And this is going to really make things pop out, show that high contrast difference. All right. All I'm doing is I'm following the contours of the figure, and I'm doing little tiny little horizontal lines. Feathering it. It's called feathering, I think. All right, once that loses its glow, here. If this looks like it's too much, we can come back in with the Eshin Gray, and we can go ahead and we can put Eshin Gray over this brighter color. But this contrast right here will definitely add the texture on the model. Well, not really texture, but the lack thereof texture. Up here. The light would hit it. Light's coming that way. Light would definitely hit there. Second layer inside the middle of that one. And now we're going to draw this way. Feather that out. Go too much. Might mix some meshing back in. A little too much there. Help blend that back down. All right, we're going to do this one last part. One last part down here. Now I am thinning these paints down pretty thin. That's how they're getting they're pretty thin. These paints are thinned down quite a lot, so you wouldn't get the same results that I'm getting if you were to put this paint on directly out of the pot at all. Work this up. Barely touching the model at this point. I'm trying to get tiny, thin lines. Little feeties. All right, let's see how that looks. Huh. All right, I'm gonna feather that out a little bit more, and that's gonna be it. Some more of this. Still using the Dawnstone mixed with Celestial Gray. Kind of want this to taper off on the bottom. A little bit over here. I think the light would hit this part right here, so I'm going to add some more of the brighter color. And I think that's where we're going to call it for the day. Alright, let's get some not whited out shots. Excuse me. Everything else out of camera. Even you, go away. So this is what we got going on right now. It looks a little rough. It's still got a bunch of work to do on a lot of it, actually. So what do you guys think? Yeah, glossy paint definitely doesn't fit the Pokemon at all. So what the look I'm going for is, this is how you'd be looking at him, and the light coming from this angle. When you add the face details, it's going to change it a lot. Let me do this here. I'm going to soften the... There we go. And like I said, I think I want to do the actual eyeballs here white, and then have a red like pupil, and then have that red bleed onto the fabric around them. I think that would be cool. Well, it's all freehand, so yeah. Alright, so I'm not going to work on this off camera. I'm going to work with this only with you guys. So we're going to continue this on Thursday. And we will move forwards and see what we get done with this. Hopefully this looks cool. And then after this one, I haven't decided whether I want to do not Greninja or Mr. Yakuza businessman panda dude. So you guys are going to have to figure out which one we should paint next. And if we paint the panda guy next, Lucario, is that his name? When I grabbed the package, I was like, oh cool, it's got a Greninja in it. Because I knew Greninja, I didn't know Lucario. But these are actually pretty detailed models too. Like, they're not amazing, but they're pretty good. And the paint schemes aren't bad. Nintendo actually puts out some pretty good toys. When they get behind their toys, they do at least. Alright guys, I hope you had fun watching. Hope you learned anything. If you have any comments, please put them in. And Guinness, say goodbye. There he goes, he said goodbye everybody. Alright, you guys have a great day. Hope you guys stay safe. And I'll